Okay, I have a weird aim here. I want to fix SR on heroes. Normally I would do it and then bring it, but we're gonna fix it on the spot. Okay, so as you can see, I am a Masters 5 DPS player right now, and I have Sombra at almost GM hero SR, right? Now this just essentially means that she's probably the character I've played more, and I win more on her. There's no real indication of, oh, I deserve 3900 SR. It's more of, that's just my hero character. And now, I don't necessarily think there needs to be a balance that brings all these characters in line. I mean, I do think it's currently quite extreme. Like some people, sure, I'm probably not as good on these characters, but plat feels ridiculous. Like that feels like ridiculously low, whereas you get some people who are getting like champ 1 on a character while they're, you know, not even GM. Like there's a bit too much going out that way. So I think overall we'd want to bring that in more anyway. So there's that. Honestly, I might take notes. So here, I've got a notepad up, right? That's what we're going to do. So we're just going to say, so yeah, okay, I hope that'll make that makes sense. Now, the other thing, I do wish there was a way to somehow see peak SR versus current. Now I think that would make a bit of a squashed screen here. There's got to be some way, maybe you click on it, and here it shows like highest div and then your current one. Like it'll show underneath like high score, highest SR, peak SR, like something like that, just so you know how much you've peaked, because sometimes it's hard to know even if you went down or up, because I didn't pay attention. Well, I guess you would know how, but like, you know what I mean, know how much you're going up. And I think it'd just be good to know overall what your peak on that character was. But you don't have to display that as a live score. I understand that currently this works as like a live metric of how good you are at this character, or as some system of figuring out how good you are at the character. Now, I think it's largely based on win rate. It's just how long did you play the character for that game, and did you win that game? If you played, so for instance, if I play Sombra for 100% of the game and I win, I will gain like 10 SR or something, right, from that game. But if I only played it for about 2 seconds, I won't get anything. Or if I played it for half the game and we won, I might get like 5. It's stuff like that. It makes sense really the way it works. I'm fine with that. It's a pretty decent metric, and knowing if you're really good at character, like I lose more on Tracer, so Tracer's plat. I lose more on Cassidy, so Cassidy's plat. I win quite a bit on Pharah, so Pharah's a diamond one. I haven't lost on Reaper, but I haven't played many games of Reaper, so we'll give him diamond, right? Same for Ryan. I haven't lost on Ryan, so we'll do that. It all makes sense relatively to your rank and to everything, right? Now, what's an actual cool addition to this? And I think I've seen other people mention it, and I really think we need to do this. It feels really pointless if there isn't a leaderboard for it. Every hero needs a leaderboard. And there's 2 things for this. I would like it so that you could either when you click view leaderboard, there's an option just like next to this or whatever. So instead of role, there's like a thing that just says character, and you can just click that, or like you change role to character, then it opens another menu and you can choose character, right? You can choose like, oh, I want to look at who's the number 1 tracer right now, right? Let's get a metric for what's the highest SR tracer, or who's the highest SR Winston, like that type of thing. And you can still check region, and then you can go back in seasons and see who peaked what on that season. Now, the other thing is I think they should also add a... this doesn't actually make any sense. I was going to say they should have a combined hero SR, but that is just your rank, no? So I think just add SR back. Yeah, just add SR to this as well. I don't know why we're still on this. I wouldn't... If we're going to put numbers here, put the numbers here. I wouldn't mind either if there was some way of displaying, like on a HUD, that you were that rank. So let me add what I said before anyway. So hero SR leaderboard, integrate with the normal leaderboard as a separate drop down. I mean, there could even be a cool way of making it so that when you're looking at like, say, okay, I'm gonna look at damage in Europe. It could even be cool if there was some way of, if you like click an arrow here, so like on the right where my mouse is, and it will drop down a thing, and it will put underneath Tracer, Champ 1, Genji, Champ 3, Soja, and GM 1. Like it'll like say the SR or the number below it. I think that would just, I mean, it's like a very stupid thing, but I think that would just be a nice little extra thing added there. I mean, this is not really to do with hero SR, but add SR back to normal rank. Now, I think this is an interesting one to discuss. To figure out, should it be hero SR is almost seasonal in the way that your rank is seasonal. So I mean, we don't even know what their plan is to do for this, but say if you go back to season, I think it is, because if you go back to season 17, you can see how no one has any rating. I think it is seasonal, but I think it would be interesting to have both. Now, I don't know how we'd, like, realistically, without a bunch of HUD clutter and adding a bunch of stupid UI, we would do that, but I think it would be interesting. I guess that would be in the peak. By showing the peak, that would be your peak ever. And I think it would be interesting to have a this season, like even on the leaderboard, if you clicked here for hero, when you're on the hero SR1, instead of clicking season, you click all time. And then there was a metric for like, who was the all-time highest tracer, not just that season, that type of thing, right? I mean, it's just an idea, right? Now, I don't think anyone's going to care that much about Hero SR or like really give it much thought or credit, but I just thought we'll sit and we'll think about it. So I mean, let's show some of these notes, right? I think you should squash the SR a bit more. So that means super low deviance should be like given a little bit more. I think there is sometimes you're placed way too low, but I also think sometimes you're placed way too high. So maybe the system's working as intended and I'm just not used to it yet, but I do feel like there's a bit too much deviance between the ranks. There also needs to be a Hero SR leaderboard, so there needs to be a way of knowing if you are, you know, how do you compare to other players in your region or all regions, you know, if you want to add that as a setting. Just because it's a number, it's a number that could be very easily tracked. You could very, very easily just have a thing that just sorts by who's the highest, who's the lowest. I think that would be quite cool to have. And then you could even give specific rewards for being whatever level. So if you like hit top 500 on a thing, it could just say top 500 tracer as a title. I would love, this is overall a competitive reward I would love more like icons and sprays back. And if you added specific ones to different characters, like you could get like I don't know, like every rank had a different colored Sombra icon or tracer. I don't know, just add something like that. Add more competitive incentives would be great anyway. And then separate point, just add the SR to your normal rank. I don't know why it doesn't say that. Like it's still in the game. The game just doesn't show it to you. Like I'm Masters 5 right now. That is 3,500. And I'm like 20% right now. So I am like 3,520. Yeah, that's my SR right now. So like I just show it because you can pretty much work out your SR through your percentage and what rank you are. And then I wouldn't mind a all-time peak SR and a seasonal SR to be two separate things. So like you can click on your hero and you can see what your peak SR is, and then you can check an all-time one. And I just think that'd be cool. It's just a cool little incentive. Anyway, that's that. It was just a short little idea. Fun to discuss. So yeah, peace and love.